Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the fall campaign for Arkham Horror, the card game. Sunday, when Jacqueline and Mandy took a trip to Venice for a TCU Carnival of Horrors, they picked up 2 experience along with a new mask each for their decks. 2 experience isn't a lot, but we can make some upgrades with it, which this video will do, along with having a tarot reading for our next scenario. With that, let's jump into upgrades, and we'll pay a visit first to our lead investigator, Jacqueline. Hello, Jacqueline. 2 experience won't let us do too much, but it will bring one of her copies of Clairvoyance to level 5. Clairvoyance has been very helpful for us in this campaign, especially with Jacqueline's ability to avoid whatever symbol she doesn't want to see coming out of the bag. Anyway, let's take a look at Clairvoyance level 5. So the upgrade here is we got another lore on commit. We got a plus will. We get plus 1 will on the test, and 1 additional clue from what we had on level 3. But we do take 1 additional horror if we reveal a bad symbol from the bag. So this costs 2 experience because once again we're upgrading a card of the same name by title. So we'll go ahead and give Jacqueline's deck a quick shuffle. Just to shuffle it in. And a cut, and that upgrade's handled. That will do it for Jacqueline, nothing too fancy here. And there's no need to linger any longer here, since Mandy needs to be a little more involved in her upgrades. Hello, Mandy. I've been largely unimpressed with Surprising Find in this campaign, and I think part of my problem with that lies in Ancestral Knowledge, and how Surprising Find keeps ending up under Ancestral Knowledge. Coming out of the library, Surprising Find replaces itself if Mandy passes the test she commits it to. Anywhere else, it's just a 1 wildcard commit. To that end, we're going to address another problem we've had in this campaign, and it's almost come back to bite us a couple of times, and that's our somewhat low agility. Anytime we need an agility test, I panic slightly because Jacqueline's agility is a measly 2. Mandy's isn't much better at 3, but we're going to give her a card that can help with that. To that end, we're going to make a pair of level 1 swaps, and these work in exactly the same way as level 0 swaps, and swap out Surprising Find with Survey the Area. It's our first time taking this upgrade, so let's take a look at Survey the Area. So Survey the Area is similar to Occult Theory. It gains lore icons equal to your agility, which for Mandy would be 3, and agility equal to your lore, which in her case starts off at a base of 5. So I imagine we'll be using that in a similar way to how we use Occult Theory coming out of Jacqueline's deck. But anyway, that will do it for Mandy. That will do it for upgrades. I will put those in there. And now we'll move back up top for the tarot reading. We have the tarot deck up here in shot, so without any further ado, let's move into the tarot reading. So we'll go ahead and give the deck a shuffle. And a cut. And these will be our 2 tarot cards for the scenario. Anyway, first card up, which we'll take a look at here, we find the Empress 3. During the first agility test each investigator performs each round, they get plus 1 agility. Or if we flip it, during the first agility test each investigator performs each round, they get minus 1 agility. So that could be another way to potentially hone the agility problem, assuming the flip effect on this card isn't too punishing, but let's take a look. Judgment 20. When the game begins, swap a skull token in the chaos bag with a 0 token. Swap them back after the game ends, on the good side or on the bad. When the game begins, replace the highest non-negative token in the bag with a skull. Swap them back after the game ends. So, the card that I think I'm going to flip here, given that we only generally want to be performing one Mythos test at most per round, and we want that to be in the Mythos phase, I'm not sure I can afford to flip the Empress 3, because that would make agility tests very dangerous in the Mythos phase. Whereas Jacqueline, I think, has enough ways to manipulate the tokens that she can probably afford to have an extra skull in the bag. So we are going to flip Judgment 20, which means we'll get... And I'll do that as I'm doing setup on Saturday night. So during the first agility test, each investigator performs each round. They get +1 agility, and we have to swap the highest non-negative modifier, which is probably the +1, with a skull, which will actually help us with clairvoyance in a sneaky way, because if you remember clairvoyance, if we reveal a good symbol, we usually end up taking horror from that. But anyway, that will do it for the tarot reading. Tomorrow night, I think I'm still kind of deciding what I want to play, but right now I'm leaning toward playing my game of Dissidia Final Fantasy NT on Twitch, and then starting into story mode there. Sunday we'll be busy on the YouTube channel. We'll continue the fall campaign with Return to the Secret Name, and on Sunday night we'll continue our game of Front Mission 3 on Twitch. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.